10 commonly mispronounced words. In many ways, English is not so difficult. The verbs are simple compared to German or Russian, and there are very few word endings to memorize. But pronunciation, that's a different story. It's probably the most difficult aspect of English because you can't always predict the pronunciation of a word from the way it's written. There are lots and lots of words that are often mispronounced, and we could do a lot of videos like this one. But here are 10 common errors we hear over and over again. Are you ready? GIF. Proper pronunciation is GIF. If you've ever attempted to pronounce this word or heard someone else pronounce it, you may think that the correct way of pronouncing it is with a strong G. However, according to Steve Wilhite, the developer of GIFs, the proper pronunciation for this word is in fact GIF. Many people still use the mispronunciation of this word since it sounds a lot cooler. Mischievous. Proper pronunciation is mischievous. The funny thing about this word is we've actually been pronouncing it wrong since the 16th century, and despite many attempts to get us to start pronouncing it correctly, many still mispronounce it. Not only are we not supposed to pronounce the E sound in the middle of the word, but the E sound after V isn't even there to begin with. Library. Proper pronunciation is library. This word is definitely one of the most commonly mispronounced words, since most of us have done it at least once. We tend to think that the first R in this word is silent, but no, it's just as loud as the one after it. Pronunciation. Proper pronunciation is pronunciation. You probably hear this word being pronounced as pronunciation, since that is how you pronounce the words pronounce and pronouncing. But no, there is no noun sound, it's none. Salmon. Proper pronunciation is salmon. Over the years, there have been many debates on what the correct way to pronounce the word salmon is, and although many of us believe salmon to be the correct way, it turns out that the L is silent and the mon part isn't pronounced as mun but min instead. So if you've been arguing with your friends that the correct pronunciation is salmon, then congratulations, you were right. Ask. Proper pronunciation is ask. You would be surprised by how many native as well as non-native English speakers pronounce this word as ax instead of ask. No one really knows how this pronunciation became common, but many agree that the word ask is oddly uncomfortable to pronounce and therefore decide to go with ax instead. Wednesday. Proper pronunciation is Wednesday. When it comes to spelling this Norse-originated word, many would forget the letter D and therefore began pronouncing it as Wednesday in order to remember its correct spelling, and although that may have been helpful, it began to be considered the proper way of pronouncing it. Stomach. Proper pronunciation is stomach. In some English-speaking countries, you may hear this word being pronounced as stomach, especially because many people feel that just like the word ask, stomach is an awkward word to pronounce. Regardless, the proper pronunciation is stomach. Meme. proper pronunciation is meme. If you found yourself pronouncing this word as meme or mame, don't worry, you're not the only one. In fact, many people weren't even aware this word even existed at all until internet memes began to swarm the internet. Mayonnaise. Proper pronunciation is mayonnaise. If you are at a restaurant after not eating all day, begin to order a sandwich, and realize that you can't remember how to pronounce this word, don't worry. Just close your eyes and think about it. In a moment or two, you will be ready. Open your eyes, call the waiter over, and order soup. There, you have 10 words that people mispronounce often. If you've been mispronouncing them, don't feel bad. Even native speakers tend to get these wrong. It's all part of the mischievous English language.